Okay, so let's talk about that. The seasonal weather. What are you getting done with it?
I have been to the end.
No, but I mean, since it's nice outside.
The real estate program, been able to go to Holly,
That's
Honesdale.
not what I was referring
Oh,
to.
you have fun?
Yeah, like what are you doing? Here we are the weekend,
having
it's
fun.
coming, it's nice.
Clothing drive.
I'm painting outside today at the center because it's nice enough to do it.
That's good.
What did Kuda Pie say? Is he cranky?
He's cranky.
He was cranky yesterday when I got home too.
Tim Kuda.
I am, when it's nice like this, it really revolves around work, really, when it's nice like that for me. because-
And that's it too. It's like, you know, I think of everything that I can get done outside.
Yeah, it revolves work
It's
because
all-
I can get outside. This is probably the most productive winter because I
Winter
could get
hasn't been-
outside.
And then they said next week we're 2/3 done with winter.
Yeah, and plus it's supposed to be done.
What's your shirt say?
next week.
Red. That's a red shirt. Where'd you get that?
My brother-in-law's in Kuwait. My
Yeah.
sister, so my sister sent me and Tim one. Until they all come home. Red Shirt Friday.
And Emily has the reveal party tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
And
we're
the
still
baby?
on that.
Oh.
Now we gotta watch how we discuss that now because some people listen to this.
The
And
baby isn't
That's
it.
reality now. It's the reveal party.
I know.
But the baby isn't it. It's not a he or she.
I didn't
Until
say.
after the reveal party.
Well, I don't.
See, listen, I don't know how, Emily, let me ask you, how have you taken that responsibility? Have you been able to shoulder such a heavy responsibility of holding that information?
She has. I'm proud of her.
Yeah, because I have you guys to tell here.
Ah!
I do
You
what?
don't know anybody. She was on the phone with me when I opened the envelope.
Yeah.
I told her. I there. Open
She's
the
like,
envelope.
you better open it.
the envelope.
We were
Open
on
the
the
envelope.
phone. But as far as, here's what I said to my sister-in-law. I told her she's not allowed to talk to me till Saturday in case I
Because
slept.
you could slip. I would
But-
easily.
You should have said you better buy yellow paint.
No. Well, but
Good
here,
idea.
here is,
I'll tell you what color paint to buy.
I'd
for
be
the-
doing slip.
no,
For the
but
nursery.
she would know
Yellow.
that. She would know. But
Why?
see, here's,
Yellow's neutral.
that's yellows with the gender reveal.
But you know the
Blue's
gender,
the boy.
and you'll make.
We're not
it-
doing blue or pink.
Pink is it?
No, it's a Beauty and the Beast theme.
So it's yellow.
This is a
and-
theme.
Yeah, but in
party.
most cases, or a green. Like a
yeah.
pastel
I
green.
love green.
Yeah.
I was watching, and I love this show. 1 out of 12. 1 out of 12. See the man.
Oh.
But anyway, Reed, right? The rookie guy. His wife
Yes.
had a baby. So-
Adam 12.
Yeah. So remember we were talking before
So see,
about
here's
not
the-
knowing until.
There's cookies I ordered. It's yellow and blue. And here is it cost $80 only. And here's the cake I ordered.
All right, just so everybody knows, the cake is half
I'm
blue
gonna
and
run and
half
get my
yellow.
coffee
Yes,
for this one.
because
Hold on.
it is
All right,
blue
so
with the beast.
so
were
anyway,
blue,
1 out
Bellary.
of 12. 1 out of 12. So the whole thing was, and we were talking about how you didn't know until the baby was born. So the guy didn't know.
Uh-huh.
So he's going to the hospital with his partner to find out. So he's running in the hospital and he's asking everybody, "Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? What?" And nobody would tell him because they made him go in and ask his wife. So then he goes in and he's looking at his wife and she's holding the baby in a pastel green,
Here's what happened.
and the baby's face is covered.
I told my sister-in-law she's not allowed to talk to me till Saturday.
Oh,
And,
because you don't trust yourself to hold the secret.
oh no, I'll hold it. But, I've seen
You
the
don't
baby.
want her to try to pry it out of you.
No, I don't care if she tries. I'll punch somebody
So then
out.
what's the reason?
Because I've seen the baby in her belly. The baby was kicking her bladder. The hands were going crazy. That's a baby. I can't just keep calling it anymore.
Right.
So I want to call it a he or a she.
Right.
Now, it doesn't matter. Maybe it's a she, but
So
I'll keep.
because you have it subconsciously in your mind,
So it's.
and it might come out.
So, and this is when I talked to my mom in the morning on the way here. So, and I'm not saying the right thing. So sometimes I'm calling the baby a he. Sometimes I'm calling the baby a she. I'm back to calling the baby an it because people will try to take these subliminal messages, which I'm not really slipping. I'm just trying to call it, I saw the baby. There's a full live human in her belly. It's not an it anymore. So
What do you see
I'm
what
not talking to
happens to you?
anybody.
My gender reveal was
The day
Mrs.
you-
Rambick is a boy.
Yeah. Oh wait, it's got
That
something.
was-
Oh, it's a
That
boy.
was my.
But they told you it was
birthday.
a girl, though.
They told me Bobby was a girl because of the heartbeat, but then.
So I was talking about one Adam 12,
Yeah,
Superman.
remember that show?
But anyway, it was
Are they
Reed,
both
the
alive?
rookie. I don't know.
Roger. The blonde
His wife
guy-
had a baby, so nobody would tell him what
On
it
the
was.
show?
Yeah. After, and he went and visited. Went to see the baby, and he still didn't know because she had it in like that same color as your mug, your Yeti mug. That like pastel green,
Yeah.
where it could be either one.
Yeah. Oh.
So it just reminded me of a discussion that we had a couple weeks ago.
Those are
Or
good shows.
last week.
How about Car 54? Where are you? Do you
I was
remember?
hoping that they would put that back on.
Car 54?
Yeah, they took off Charlie's Angel, and just so everybody knows, I watch MeTV all the time. MeTV, it's awesome.
I haven't
So,
yet, but I will.
I'd watch MeTV up until Charlie's Angels. I couldn't really get back into Charlie's Angels, but when they took Charlie's Angels off and put one Adam 12, I was very happy. That was January 1st. And then after, you know what comes on after Adam 12? Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones.
Have a family.
From the town of Bedrock.
It's a place where I Oh my God.
I want you to
can't
know
remember
something, and
anybody's
I'm telling on myself because looking back, I could see that I was really stupid, but I could never get that line
Which one?
from the town of Bedrock.
It's a place
I didn't
where
know
I
what that's
history.
what they were saying.
Yeah.
I don't even know now that I know what I was thinking from the.
Town of Bedrock. It's a place where I history.
Yeah, but I didn't put that together until years back when Google gave you lyrics.
How about My Favorite Martian? That was good.
Oh, I wish that would come back. There is a
Lost in Space,
There
that
is
was
one of
good.
those. Well, Lost in Space is on late. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's on late. I don't know what time it is. On MeTV on Saturday night, and then after that is Battlestar Galactica.
What channel is that on Comcast? Because I have Comcast.
It's
now.
different. It's different in different areas.
Well, I mean,
it's like the 400s. 400 something.
Now what? Does your channel
Or is
start?
it 200s?
Does your
400s
channel?
is music.
Does your channel start in the 800s, like the? Because ours start the good ones, like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's probably. The
So like when my wife wants to search to see what's on, she'll type in 800, so that's where she starts.
That's where it starts. Do you have the voice remote? Where you can
Yeah,
talk into
yeah,
it?
that's all I do.
That helps
For
me. I
the
don't know.
fire stick, I'll say, show me this.
Oh, does that do it too?
Yeah.
But yeah, my gender reveal was right on the delivery table. You know?
And then they came in and gave you painkiller and
What is it? Do you think, do I look like I enjoy painkillers? No comment. Actually, I refuse them. If the doctor wants to give me something, I say give me Motrin. They always make me
because
sick.
that was always wasn't that always a thing? Don't knock me out. Now nobody gets knocked out
Well,
unless you get a C-section.
yeah.
But I used to
But
always.
sometimes
I'm not
you
going to
don't
get knocked
knock
out.
out.
I'm going to be awake for the delivery. It's like, how do you knock a woman out and she gives birth?
Me. They knocked me out.
And
Because my pressure went real
So
high.
what? Your body just
I didn't
Does
know.
it without-
No, they put you under general anesthesia and then they wake you up and you find out what you had in the recovery room.
crazy.
But that was in 84, 85. But Percocet and all that stuff always gives me it kills my stomach.
Yeah, it makes you puke.
In fact, it doesn't even help me.
It makes you puke and makes you you can't poop.
And all my friends wanted to buy them off me.
Yeah,
oh my
of
God,
course.
you guys, Julia. Everybody wants to always want to buy me. To this day, I refuse. So I get Motrin. That helps you. The 600.
Nothing's different. You know, I was thinking the other day after I was listening to one of our things, and I'm like, I hope people realize that when I talk about my past, that it's my past, like
Yeah.
that I'm not.
You-
I haven't
you
been
might
that
be-
person for 27 years,
You
so.
might be getting a call from headquarters.
Well, that's
we
why.
need to talk.
That's why we're incognito.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
No, but that was never like I never liked painkillers. Like probably back in the day, mine was the opposite.
See, for me, it was anything,
Be-
just anything. You know,
Yeah.
the one thing about, because I'm ADHD before it was a thing, so the only way I'd be able to focus on anything was when I was doing diet pills or meth. Otherwise, my head's going.
That's when diet pills are good.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well,
They were real.
when I was in middle school, I was selling pink footballs. They were like
Pink and greens.
well, the pinks were the strongest one. You
What were
could
the
get.
greens?
I don't know, but the footballs, big giant pink
Yeah.
football things.
But did they have like the combo like pink green together?
But that was the only way that, and it's like when I was 14, okay, that's when I got burnt during the summer. And when school started, or it was right after school had started actually, and I was 30 days in the hospital in isolation. Plus, I was on fire. My leg was all burnt up. I never showed you that.
No. Your leg was
All
on
right,
fire?
so let's talk
How?
about this. So,
How?
14 years old, right? Got mini bikes, right? We're back in the woods riding a mini bike. We're all sitting in the field. There's a big field behind my house where we used to ride. So we're sitting there smoking weed, right? And taking turns on the mini bike. So the gas line leaked, and I always wore Chuck Taylors. Once I could buy them myself, my parents wouldn't buy
Were they
them.
boots? Certain kinds of boots?
Chuck Taylors, sneakers,
Oh, okay.
Converse sneakers.
Oh, they were Chuck Taylor? I never heard of it.
Converse, yeah, Chuck Taylor says on that round thing with the star on the side, says Chuck Taylor.
Oh, I didn't know.
So anyway, when my mom bought me sneakers, they were Bobos. You buy them.
That's
Bobo!
Bobby's,
You buy them at the Acme.
you gotta call him Bobo anymore.
All right.
That's his nickname.
All right, so that's what we'll call them on here too.
Yeah.
So anyway, I had my Chucks on, and the gas line leaked, and the gas soaked into the Converse shoe and my sock. Right now, before this, we used to put lighter fluid on our boots at night and light it and run, and the flames would come off our feet and it would go out. So we're sitting back there smoking, and the dude looks over, he's got a lighter, and he's going like this, like he's going to light my foot on fire. And I figured I'd get up and run. So I said, yeah, go ahead. So the gasoline-soaked canvas shoe and sock was lit. So I got up and started running, and I kept running, and I kept running, and it wouldn't go out.
Oh my God! Why would
So,
you do something like that?
I finally grabbed somebody and ripped their shirt off and wrapped around it, all right, to put it out, and then I started to walk, and it lit back up, and it was a mess. So then I go home, I walk in, I'm like, Mom, something bad happened. You're gonna have to take me to the hospital.
Oh my God!
So they take me to the hospital, and they clean it all up and wrap it up. When I'm sitting there too, and I'm laying on a gurney right in the hospital, and I look at the nurse, right, and this is like, a while after being there, and I says, can somebody give me something for the pain? This hurts.
So she
The lady looks at me and goes, we thought you were in shock. Because you weren't screaming. So anyway, the hospital sends me home. They dress it up, send me home. I go to the doctor. My doctor the next day, the doctor looks at it and says, okay, come back in 2 days. Go back in 2 days. He looks at it, wraps it up, says, come back in a week. I come back in a week, and the bandage, like my skin, the bandage was soaking into my skin. So that's when I got to the hospital. In the hospital, I was there in the burn ward for 30 days.
Did they graft it and everything?
So listen, the other thing cool was that, right, my friends would come to visit me and bring me beer. I'm 14 years old in the hospital.
That wasn't unusual back in our day. Well, really, like it wasn't.
So then anyway, I get out of the hospital, and it was cool because I'd been in a wheelchair. So the one day I'm in the wheelchair and I'm down at the corner hanging with everybody, and we're smoking weed.
Are you out of your mind?
In the wheelchair. The other thing was cool too is I'd be able to sit there and watch TV and balance on just the rear wheels, and just sit there and balance for like a half hour, 45 minutes.
He was a hellion. You were a hell on wheels.
I'm getting back to where I started
God
this
bless your
about
parents.
middle school and selling diet pills. So I missed the whole first report term. Now you got to realize that I had already. The only reason why I was in this middle school is because I failed, and this was a new school, and they sent me there. And So I missed the whole first report term. So here I am selling diet pills, man. I was so smart. I blew through. I got the best grades I got my whole life. In fact, I was I even tutored some other kid in Spanish.
How good is that?
Well, it was
Because you applied yourself.
I applied myself.
Right?
But anyway,
No, you
like-
applied yourself when you had.
and then when like all this ADHD stuff came out and they were giving them this Ritalin, which isn't like an amphetamine, I'm like, well, there you go.
Well, they use it as one now.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I remember when we worked in the hospital.
Some people like
some
us that
nurses
have
were
heads
taking
that
it.
that keep going, that you
Yeah.
can't slow down.
It's like a speed.
Apparently, and I
Right?
always told that to people too, because when I would do it, I was like, wow, it makes me mellow.
Well, yeah.
Maybe that's why I drink so much coffee.
Me too. I loved it. I liked the upper thing. Like I didn't like doing the.
Oh.
So that was the whole story. That's where I was getting to. The point was that was the best grades that I ever got,
But look
and
at
I missed
it.
the whole report term.
But you applied yourself, and
That's the other thing too. I always said, well, I think I was just the principal telling the teachers to give me a good grade so you get me out of a
They're
school.
right, like, just do anything, get rid of them.
Get out of here.
They probably did that for Bobby. Bobby was a Elliot in high school.
All right, so I guess that is our strange podcast for today, or face pod, whatever you want to call it.
What's the matter, Nancy?
So
Let's balance it.
we're
No.
Here's what I wanted to.
checking out. What is it? Something we want to record?
No.
Okay. All right. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.